So I was thinking something about marketers and B2B and then so forth. And by the way, I got a cold, so sorry about my voice being so rough. But you notice we build a lot of assets for leadership content, and you can download these, of course. And the whole purpose is to build your personal brand, the company's brand, building authority. And it kind of like you hope that people gain this knowledge, and they can potentially share it. You build rapport. So there's a lot of these. If you scroll down in LinkedIn, for example, there's heaps of organizations sharing off their guides, right? You can download these guides and what leadership content, heaps of them. If you go, so if you can download these, right? So as a marketers, we continue to create this, but what if we can get our ICPs to actually share the insights from that? So it comes from them. So if you think about it, like HubSpot, for example, have this guide, right? Really great information here, similar to another organizations like CrowdStrike, have this threat report. What if you can generate insights that your ISP can generate insights from these thought leadership content, and them being viral and them sharing? So let's create an app around that. And so, enough said. Let's go into this little. And what my thinking is, like I said before in previous videos, is if build it in like a minimal viable product. Once you get to the stage where it's a minimal product, upscale it to like a base 44 lovable. But let me show you first what I mean. I'll show you the beta, because that was the original concept, and I started enhancing the app as a minimal viable product. So let's just say, this is, I'm calling it perspective, but this could be white labeled, okay? And so what happens here is that you upload an asset. So think of this as your ISP. You have it free. Upload you white label this for a client. So you target other B2B companies. So you've got a lot of white assets, white thought leadership assets. What if you get your users, your ICPs to actually share it? So let's just say I downloaded this guide here, okay? And then I can have another button on here, generate insights. So if I go back to this tool, so if I upload this, okay, upload, and this is the old one where I couldn't upload, and I had to enhance it. Say here, allow users to upload PDF. Okay, so I did this, okay, and this is going to churn. So this is the first version, because I was experimenting, and I wanted people to to put in the URLs. I wanted people to cut and paste, and it wasn't allowing me. So I had to create prompts around this. So what I did is created this. Let this churn a little bit. Let me pause. I'll get back to this, and I want to give you the explanation, reason why. So it's not. It's you need to actually have the first attempt, your first prompt of your idea. Then you go back and start going, I want this user to do this user to do that. Like, what's your user stories you want them? Because once you see it, you can react to it and have new ideas to build on it. So you can see here, this first one had upload wasn't working. So even though it chooses it wasn't working, I had to go back. I wanted a URL, it didn't do that. I wanted the paste, that was working. And so what the whole idea is that you select you put your name of your asset, your ISP. So I'm a engineer, and different hooks, lead with story, lead with analytical tone, and it generates these insights, free insights. And then also I wanted it to generate a infographic. So this is the first version, right? This is still churning. So let me just pause, and I'll go back to the other version. Actually, it's done it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see. There we go. Boom, it's working. So I'm going to select, so you get an idea. And I select this, and I'll leave it as HubSpot playbook, AI playbook. Okay. And now you'll see, you select, say, imagine this was offered here as a button, as a white label. The user would select their title, their seniority to personalize the insights. You generate. You can see here. You can have option to brand it. if you wanted to. So I will leave that now. Okay, let's close this. It generates these insights. Okay, now you're actually getting your ISP to generate insights from your own document for them to share in their own social fields. So increasing sort of the virality of the original asset. So bear with me as this generates. So these are okay, you see, this is straight off from the guide. So if you go into the guide, this playbook, it talks about these insights, right? So it's generated free insights, and it's already for social. You can imagine HubSpot using this to generate more content from their original content. And it go one step further. So you can see here, I can generate infographic using, Nano Banana or Flash 2.5 to generate infographic along with my social. So not only it creates that, now what I can do here, I can actually add in, and I've done this in the past where you can say, add in the URL by default. So I can say here, for example, add in this URL in the output. Actually, we'll do it in the enhanced. I'll show you the enhanced version. Yeah, I'll do an enhanced version. So this way, so it's now this is what it's done. This is the old version. It hasn't done it right. Good job. Okay, hasn't done a good job. But I want to show you the enhanced, and we're going to enhance it even further. So let's go back here and go back to start. Let's go out of here. Go to my enhanced version. Hopefully this works. Okay, you saw that. But my point is that you can constantly kind of run something, you learn from it, and you enhance of the enhance. So let's just go replicate the same thing. Go HubSpot guide. So again, this is a news. We can have this as an option for HubSpot, for example, or CrowdStrike to have these guides. Let's do it on CrowdStrike as well. Okay, we will do that as well. So let's go back to the, this is HubSpot. Okay, so hopefully get AI playbook. I'm going to select a marketer. I'm going to leave it senior. I'm going to lead with, okay, let's have that. Okay, so you can personalize this and apply the same theme as uploaded. Beautiful. This is the enhanced versions from saying, keep on learning new ways. So I'm going to generate. So it's going to generate. So I don't have to customize this. I can, if I have another version, get the people to say the ISP to personalize it from their own company. So it's even personalized, but the content is using from your lead asset, your thought leadership asset. So let this run. And what I'm going to do after this runs, I'm going to add in any output, allow the URL to display. So, okay. So this, look at this. This is straight from the guide. Key insights from it, but tailored to my ISP, tailored to my role. So as a marketer, I want to socialize this content, right? I can actually go back here and now I don't have to read the document. These are the ones that are most important to my role. I can share it on Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn. All right. So what I'm going to do here, I want to add this as a URL, but this next phase, you can see here, I'm going to say here, apply. See, it already picked up the themes of the guide, HubSpot's branding. Okay. So let's generate this. Hopefully it can generate, if I wanted to even force it. So it only applies the branding of my company if I wanted to. But for this example, it extracted, remember the old version didn't have this detail? This version extracted the prompt by itself. It created the prompt by itself. There you go. Beautiful. This, let me make it. This is, you can download this, okay? Of course, you won't see this because it's on a different view. But, okay, let me see. Yeah, you won't see it because it's, anyway, it's in my desktop. But my point here, you can see here, it's generated in the same theme as this, right? Using a Flash 2.5. Or I can overwrite this to my own company theme where I actually enter in the company theme back here. If I apply, get this, I can put in my company. So if I work for another company, I just put in the company and their branding. So it comes from them. Now, I said something about adding a URL. So let's say, here we allow the user to enter the URL or landing page URL of the asset loaded. and ensure this appears in the key insights generated as a URL link in, let's just focus on LinkedIn. Oh no, let's just, okay, yeah, let's just see what happens here. Okay, again, what I'm showing you here is you're constantly learning and enhancing it to the point where you feel that this is the app that I want to actually white label. So you can actually use this to sell. You can create your whole business out of this. You can actually sell it to other B2B, saying, hey, you're leveraging your assets very well. Okay, you're not leveraging your assets. Or go back to LinkedIn here. I mean, there are heaps of guides. If I go to the heaps of guides that that constantly we're creating as marketers, as thought leaders, to create that brand authority. Now, yeah, there's heaps of them, like guides after guides that we create. But now, what if we can actually have our ISPs to share the insights from our guides and have the option for them to brand it completely or leave it as our branding? So let's go back to this. Okay, it's still training, it's still doing its thing. But what I'm hoping to do is, as an additional enhancement, is when I upload this, it allows me to upload also the landing page URL. So this here, instead of having, you can see here, URL, and it actually has the URL where others can actually download the app. So let's see how this goes. There we go. Okay, still going through, but my point here is that you can apply this branding. You can actually add in your own company details. So if you're a startup and you've liked the insights from what HubSpot has provided, you can actually generate branded your own. So you can imagine this being offered as a call to action. Download a report, generate insights from the report that is personalized to you. Similar to this, right? Hopefully you're getting what I'm trying to get to. I know it's gonna, here we go. Let's use the strike, okay? So this is the strike one. I'm gonna upload the strike report. So hopefully you can see here the landing page here. I'm gonna put in the landing page. Yeah, okay. So if I was, so global cyber. And I just say here, just put in CrowdStrike threat report. Okay, just for now. And then say, by the way, you can actually use this internally. So if you wanted to generate different insights you can actually use this. You can generate insights for, like, I want to generate insights for engineer this time, right? And I want to be senior executive. I want it to be posed questions. Okay, international style. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to apply the same as the uploaded. So it's going to be similar to this theme. I'll go back here and generate. Okay, so hopefully in this example is, again, I'm enhancing this, right? I'm enhancing it from, remember the first one you saw? It didn't even allow me to upload. Again, when you start developing your own app, you have an idea, just start. And if you have like a strong believer, if there's not an app there that solves your problem, create it. Even if it's really raw in an idea, allow it. So in this case, let's see, it didn't put in here. I was hoping for the URL to put in here. Let me see if it's done it too. Okay. Can you ensure that the output of, just see, this is all learning. This is all learning live. So it's not as polished as always. Ensure that, can you ensure the URL? Can you ensure the output of the URL in the LinkedIn, X, and Reddit social, let's put here, social post contains the URL, go back here, if entered by user. Okay, I really want that to see. This is in the original version. You saw the beta version. I had a lot of, keep on trying to prompt it, trying to, create it. In this case, it didn't. But let's see if it's picked up the themes. Okay, it's picked up the theme. I'm going to say apply the themes of the uploaded. Okay, so hopefully this generates something very similar to this. Now, again, I can actually not allow this, which I can see, uncheck this, and I can brand it my ISP. So let my ISP complete freedom to use the insights of my report. But ideally, with thought leadership content, you see there, it's generated the theme of the actual original content. Okay, so now let's see if it's actually created what I wanted to create. It is also having this ability to add in the URL. It didn't do that, but my point here in this one here, I can actually copy this, and I didn't read the document. My ISP didn't have to read the document. They can extract the insights that are most relevant to their role being, in this case, an engineer. Okay. So let's do this again. So let's go back to Strike. I'm gonna copy this URL. Okay, upload the report again. Threat report 2005. Okay, I'll leave this. Okay, I'm gonna say apply the same theme as the asset uploaded and generate. So I'm hoping to see if this doesn't work. It's fine. I'm gonna find a different way of prompting. But you can see here, and by the way, you can see here, there's a lot of validating the URL, a lot of suggestions on this, and it's actually helping you enhance your app. Now, like I said, there's two use cases for this. Either you can use it for your ISP to get them to share and extract insights of your thought leadership content and share that, and then on the social channels. Let's see, it did it. Okay, it did it. There you go. It's shared it. That's a freaking amazing. Okay, it did it. Now let's generate that. It generated that URL. So now if I share this, as if this app had another button called generate insights for your role. Okay, so you can share it. They can actually generate this, copy this in any of these social platforms. Okay, copy it, and it will share the URL. So you can see how powerful you're using your thought leadership content in many ways. So the first use case is your ISP using it to build their profiles, the personal brand, and also indirectly building your brand authority. Or as a team, as they can actually create multiple insights from the same document. So as a marketer working for CrowdStrike, or as a marketer working in HubSpot, I can actually have my team generate insights for multiple roles and share that. So you can just have to change the prompt and say, okay, who are the ISPs we want to target this month? Okay, we want to target marketers and we want to target senior. Boom, I can generate content or insights from the same asset. Okay, this is pretty powerful. Let's just see what happens here. Beautiful, look at that. It actually included the logo, the name as well. And this is threats. So this is exactly as the threats here, breakout times. Again, you look at the breakout times, infographic. Anyway, I hope this was a really insightful video for you to start thinking about how, as marketers, you can use your content. Now, you can take this one step further, and I have, just before I close off. If I go into base 44 of news, now I can actually have deployed this as an app. I can white label it, and so let's just say, let's just go into, I have to drag that file. So let's drag that cloud. So now I can actually white label this, powered by me, but this could be powered by CrowdStrike. So you can actually get your customer, your target, you sell this as a white label, where you can have a separate link where you can only leverage your thought leadership content and let your ISP leverage your thought leadership content, or let your marketing team target various ISPs. We can generate out of instantly, right? You saw that, right? You can generate different. If I go back to here, and let me just refresh this. Actually, let me save this before. I'm also going to show you something before I close off. I know I'm excited here, but okay, let's go back to here. So this is the let's see if I don't know if it's this the generation here because I'm using but it's not using the, you can use an API, an embedded API. It's not as effective, right? You can see here, the quality is not good, but it's just easy fix where you can go to and install an API to Flash. So you can just get base 44 to say, you have to, of course, have to register and get your API for Flash 2.5 and add it as an option. But look, the content is pretty much the same. You can actually enhance this. And if you don't want to go that far, you can actually deploy this. So if I go here, I went into Google Cloud and I can say deploy this. I've done various apps for it. Where's my app? So I can actually deploy this. So I don't have to show the source code. I'm going to deploy this and I'll share this, the source code for you, so you don't have to worry about this. But my point here, it's just closing off here, is that when you have an idea, you can deploy it. All right, you can actually create your idea, so you don't have to search for apps out there. You can actually create your own app. The second thing important about this message I want to leave is that for leadership content we create as marketers, right? What if we can actually here, okay? Here's another CrowdStrike. Imagine if the CrowdStrike here had a video, download the guide or generate your own insights applicable for your role. And this is where this comes into, this creates a new app, new value proposition around content. So taking your content and making it more interactive and getting your ISPs to actually leverage that content in a personal way by getting them to build insights that is applicable to their role. Or reversely, as another use case, get your marketers to use a tool like this to generate different insights for different roles. So this I can generate for a marketer, I can generate for engineer, I can generate for executive. So this is going to deploy. So here, view deployed. There it is. I'm deployed. I can white label this, ready to go. So again, powerful ways to use thought leadership content, because we invest a lot of time, energy creating these amazing content to build a brand authority. But now let's get our ISP to actually share it, build that virality, or like I said, using our sales team, our marketing team to actually personalize different use cases, so you can use the same content targeting different ISPs, from product teams to your ISP, depending on your ISP, right? To your sales. So hopefully that gave you a bit of insight. I'm going to leave some of these links in the show notes so you can actually play around, copy it, and generate your own versions of this. And like I said, this could be a full-on business where you can actually sell these apps as to other B2B companies as white label. Okay, enough said. Hopefully if you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, follow, and all that sort of stuff. And until the next video, bye now.